The most important quality of a leader is knowing the truth with the goal of understanding the world and one's place in it in light of God's plan. Knowing the truth lets you know yourself and gives your life direction. This is important for leaders because if you want other people to follow you, you have to know where you're going. Anyone can learn to be a good public speaker and anyone can learn how to motivate a crowd, but it takes a true leader to be grounded in God's objective reality and then use that knowledge to lead others to Him. A second quality of a leader is a heart for humble service. Jesus set the ultimate example of leadership when He knelt before His followers and gently washed their feet, taking upon Himself the lowest role of a servant. Finally, leaders must be able to recognize human dignity in those around them. We're all made in God's image and likeness, but we all have different strengths and weaknesses. Therefore, a one-size-fits-all leadership approach simply doesn't work. Leaders have to take the time to get to know the people around them and then customize their approach to each individual. This past year, God gave me the opportunity to serve as a Kairos leader for my senior class retreat. This was an incredible experience, and it involved administrative and spiritual leadership and challenged me to grow in my relationship with God. The Kairos retreat team met almost weekly to go over the details of the retreat, what we would eat, what the t-shirts would be, when to book the retreat center. But those administrative details were only a small part of our Kairos journey. We spent the vast majority of our time prayerfully discerning what God wanted us to communicate to the girls on the retreat, and then picking daily scripture verses to highlight that theme while we were on retreat. I prepared and gave a witness talk about my life with Christ, and then led a small group while I was at the retreat, and my relationship to those girls in my group hasn't ended. It's been almost 2 years now that I've been on this Kairos journey, and I continue to mentor them and provide guidance and just solidarity as we all try and live the fourth. If I were to pick a fictional leader to emulate, it would definitely be Aragorn from The Lord of the Rings. Though Aragorn is the king of Gondor, he spends the first part of his life roaming the wilderness in the north as a ranger, fighting evil to protect the peaceful kingdoms that live in the west. At the Council of Elrond, when Frodo reveals that he possesses the Ring of Power, Aragorn, this great king, takes a knee before the little hobbit and says, "If by my life or by my death I can help you in your cause, then you have my sword." This, to me, shows the ultimate example of leadership. Aragorn knows who he has to serve, and he's willing to do that to the death. I want to be just like Aragorn and kneel before the tabernacle and look Jesus in the eye and say, "If by my life or by my death I can help your cause, you have my sword." A second awesome quality of Aragorn's is that he knows himself. When the kingdom of Gondor in the west is in a crisis of leadership and needs a king, Aragorn has the courage and the self-knowledge to put aside the guise of a ranger and go and assume his rightful crown. We're all created with a purpose, and Aragorn knew that his purpose was to be a king and serve until his death. Similarly, I want to discover my purpose in life and follow it till my death.